recording. Happy Treason Day, everybody, or Independence Day, as we say here in America. I've been pretty busy. Haven't posted a lot of videos lately. I've got a few videos I've been working on, but very busy with the family and with stuff around the house and work and things like that. So anyway, I wanted to do a quick, I guess you could call it a 4th of July video. It's not much of one. And this is 9 things that drive me crazy. 9 things that are pet peeves of mine, you might say. And so thought I'd do like a top 9 list or whatever. So anyway, I have to read it here just so that I don't mess up. But at number 9, we've got error messages on computers saying that an error has occurred. Like that's not useful at all. You might as well just close the program down. Number 2, and I'm not talking about much of these. I'll get into a little more detail on some of these others. But number 2, leaving a voicemail that says call me. I'm not going to call you. Give me a little bit of detail about what the call is in reference to. If it's a question, I can call back and answer it. And then if I get your voicemail, I can give you the answer without having to play phone tag. That really bugs me. It used to happen a lot at one of my previous jobs. And I just got to where I refused to call people back unless they gave me an actual message. If they emailed me and said call me, I wouldn't call them back either. I would email them back and say, what's your question? I will not call you back if you leave me a message like that. That was number 8. Number 7. These next few are going to be road related, and I'll go into more detail maybe at a later date about the way people drive, because that would be a fun video, maybe frustrating video. Anyway, number 7, pulling into the road and then going slowly. It's fine if you pull into the road and I'm 3 miles back that way and you can't see me. If you see me and you pull directly out in front of me and I have to hit my brakes to avoid you, you're an idiot. Next, inability to turn correctly. I see people all the time cutting off the corner. You know, corners have a radius. This isn't a racetrack where there's all kinds of different radiuses. Most corners in the real world have a constant radius. It's not that hard. So people, you know, circular object. Okay, it has a radius. This might not be the best thing. Let me get a can of stuff. Here we go. Some camo paint. Constant radius. You turn. It's not that hard. You stay in your lane. It's not that hard. People all the time cut really hard, come across this way, almost clip your vehicle while you're at the perpendicular road at the stoplight, almost clip your vehicle, barely miss it. They almost clip a vehicle on the other side, and then they cut really hard again to get in their lane. Or they swing way wide and they have to get in the other lane. Or they'll turn. It's harder to demonstrate this, but they'll turn like into another lane and then swing back into the lane that they're supposed to be in. I think I just did that backwards, but number of people can't turn. They don't know how to. It's like they've never driven before. They're brand new drivers. It's okay if you're 16 or 15 and you're learning how to drive and you're struggling with the wheel. You don't know how much to turn it because you haven't figured it out yet. If you're 20 years old, you should know how to take a corner. Failure to indicate. There are turn signals on your vehicle. They are indicators. They are supposed to indicate your intention to turn, not the fact that you're already turning. If you've hit your brakes and you've started your turn, I don't need your indicator anymore. Might as well not touch it. Just make your turn. I've already figured out that you're turning, no thanks to you using your indicator. The indicators are there to signal intent, not action. They are signaling intent. Use them to signal intent. The way I prefer to do it, you don't have to do it exactly this way, but the way I prefer to do it is when I'm approaching my turn and I'm about to hit my brakes, I hit my signal. It's not that hard. It's just a simple lever. You don't even have to leave the wheel. You just go. It's easy. And now everybody around me knows that I'm turning that way or I'm turning that way. And then when I hit my brakes, nobody is surprised because they already know that I'm about to hit my brakes because I indicated. It's easy, simple. Everybody should do it. If you're not using your indicator before you start your turn, you're doing it wrong. Okay, riding my bumper. There is no reason to tailgate another car. Everybody does it some. We all get frustrated. We all tailgate just a little bit. If you tailgate my car, I will not brake check you. Brake checks are stupid too. They're not on my list because I don't hate them as much. But I will not brake check someone. If something runs out in front of me and I have to hit my brakes, I'll hit my brakes. But I will slow down gradually. And I will slow down until you back off. If we stop in the road, we stop in the road. I don't care. I've been flipped off a number of times because I slowed down 1 or 2 miles per hour. And people eventually got the chance to go around me and they'd flip me off and I'd wave. You know, I don't flip people off either. That's another pet peeve of mine, also not on the list, but flipping people off is stupid. It doesn't make any sense to me. Don't ride a bumper. Like, you're giving all the options to the person in front of you, taking them all away from you. You think you got great reaction time. You're riding a bumper. I'm sitting there at this guy. He's going so slow. I wish he was going faster. I'm going to try to push him out of the way with the air on the front of my bumper. And if, like, you suddenly have very few options if anything happens, or if this guy just decides to hose you for riding him too close, or her, him or her, you don't have any options. Okay, I'm going backwards in my list, so what would come next? I think this is number 3, maybe. Yeah, this should be number 3 if we're going in descending order. Americans using accents. Now, this is okay if you're just using an accent as an impersonation or you're telling a story or something like that. What I'm talking, there used to be a cooking lady. I don't know. I don't watch cooking shows, but it would be on at lunchtime at one of my previous jobs. This girl would always watch it every lunch. So sometimes I'd see it. And she would talk in an American accent. And then when she got to certain cheeses, she'd say mozzarella or parmesan. No, I don't know what you call them. I don't know if that's exactly what she said, but she would be like, and now we're going to get our cheese grater and we're going to get our mozzarella and we're going to grate the mozzarella. Like, she's an American and she's speaking in an American accent the entire time, and then she has to say mozzarella. What reminded me of that is I was listening to the radio on the way home, and it was NPR. I don't listen to NPR that much, but like I turned it on, flipping through the stations. I don't have my presets on the car that I just bought yet, so I'm just like hitting the seat button. It landed on NPR. They were talking about border crossings down at the Rio Grande. And this lady is reporting on it. She's speaking in a perfectly American, just a normal, average, everyday American accent. She gets to the end and she says something like, the Rio Grande. So she's talking in an American accent. I think I just almost knocked my camera over. Oh, I shouldn't laugh like that. This is a improvised hillbilly stand I got here. So she's like, and so that's what's going on at the Rio Grande. It's so stupid. Like, what? Just say it. No, there's nobody, like, there is a small group of people that won't think you sound weird whenever you say that. But just talking in normal voice, if people are going to think you sound weird, they're going to think you sound weird. But saying Rio Grande is just making you sound stupider. Okay, where are we? Americans using accents. Okay, we're into the meat and potatoes now. Literally, overcooked steak. If you want a dried out roast, then go get a roast and cook it forever. Steaks are not steaks if you overcook them. Medium at most. And if you can't take a steak medium, don't order a steak. Get a pork chop, get a hamburger, get a chicken leg, get something like that. Steaks are meant to be eaten less cooked than any kind of ground meats. Okay, even a roast shouldn't be overcooked, but I just don't like roast that much. So a good roast beef is fine, a good brisket is fine. But if you want to dry out some meat, go get something else. If you want a well done piece of meat, order a hamburger. If you need it well done, don't order a steak. It's just ridiculous, and it's un-American for you Americans. I'm pointing at the wrong side of my phone. For you Americans, it's un-American. So go get some mozzarella cheese and eat it by the Rio Grande. Okay, so overcooked steak. Number 1, vegan meats and cheeses. They're not meats and cheeses. Stop calling them vegan, okay? I have no problem with vegan stuff. In fact, I wish more people were vegan because it would drive the price of my steaks down because the demand would be less. I don't want the demand to go to zero because then people stop producing it. But I want more vegans in the world than vegetarians. Yes, please. Then my meats and cheeses will be cheaper. But vegan meats and cheeses aren't meats and cheeses. You can say vegan mac and cheese because that lets the person know, like, oh, I like mac and cheese and I'm a vegan. So if I order the vegan mac and cheese, I can eat it. Okay, that's not a problem. But don't say it's vegan cheese because it's not cheese. And don't say it's a vegan burger. Say it's a black bean burger or a soy burger or something like that. That gets the point across. Don't say vegan hamburger because it's not hamburger. Stop with the vegan meats and cheeses. Okay, bonus one. Bonus one. Top 10 lists. I hate top 10 lists. That's why it was 9. That's why I picked 9 for the number. It's because I really don't like top 10 lists. I'm kidding. I don't really mind top 10 lists. I just thought it'd be funny. Anyway, happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. Happy Welcome to Earth Day. And happy Treason Day. Stay safe. Don't blow your fingers off or your toes. Don't blow your eyes out, lips off, nose off, ears off, all that kind of stuff. Not necessarily in that order. Be safe. Happy Independence Day. And for those of you around the world, just have a good weekend. You know, I guess it's not the weekend yet, but have a good weekend. Thanks for watching. Take care.